Welcome back. All right, so another news of the day video for all you fine people on the internet for your Monday, April 14th, before the games get started tonight. We'll start at the top of the board. That's usually how this works. Cotter has been suspended for the final two games of the regular season for the New Jersey Devils. There'll be some who think the suspension should have been longer. The one thing I would say with Cotter is I can't recall any incident with Cotter where he's crossed a line prior to this. He did show remorse at the time, going over and apologizing to Pelech. So I feel like this is fair. 2 games for Cotter. The one issue I can understand if people want to take with this is they're not games of consequence for the New Jersey Devils. The next couple of games won't decide whether they move up or move down. The one thing is, though, he does lose his pay for those 2 games. So it is a substantial fine that they get as well, along with the suspension when these things take place. Good news, bad news situation with the Oilers. Matthias Ekholm is going to miss the first round of the playoffs. But in the way that this was read, I don't think it's a guarantee he's back for the second round. It's just they don't expect him back for the first round. As I mentioned, I believe yesterday, there is some concern within the organization and preparation within the Oilers organization for the potential reality that they won't get Ekholm back during these playoffs. It's going to hurt for Edmonton going up against LA without Ekholm. That's going to hurt their blue line. We'll see how things go, but that is the matchup. I actually have started working on playoff boards, and I've got that one set. So at any rate, we'll see how that affects the Oilers with Ekholm out for at least that first round. Your 3 stars of the week. Your first star, a player I talked about this morning, so we'll talk about him here again, Jet Greaves, who went 3-0, kept Columbus's playoff hopes alive and had a 968 save percentage. So for the Columbus Blue Jackets, he's given them the goaltending that they've needed all season. McDavid, your second star of the week, 3 games, no goals, but 9 assists. One of the best pure passers in the game. There's a discussion to be had on that maybe this summer, but at this point, I'll say, McDavid, one of the best. We can get into who the overall best is at some point in time. I can hear people now screaming Marner, Kucherov, various others. If you're a Blues fan, you might think Thomas as well, and I would understand that. Your third star this week, Connor Hellebuyck, who went 3-0 with the Jets, 931 save percentage. And so for Hellebuyck, he's very likely to win the Vezina, could very well win the Hart as well. And we'll see if the Jets live up to the hype this season in the playoffs. I hope they do. I really hope they do, and I hope for Hellebuyck that having a season as excellent as he's had gives him that confidence. So if things start to go a little bit sideways in the playoffs, he's fine with it. He can roll with it. This is sort of an interesting piece of news from Minnesota Wild fans, but I figured I'd throw this in the video as well. Fans tomorrow night, for Fan Appreciation Night, all fans attending will receive a poster that is 16 by 20 inches of Marc-Andre Fleury. So Marc-Andre Fleury's career is coming to a close, and I think it's been great seeing how the hockey world has been embracing this, in that at the end of any game that the Minnesota Wild are in now, the team will line up and everybody wants to shake hands with Marc-Andre Fleury when the game's done, understanding that his career is coming to a close. So I think that's kind of nice. And only the greats get that kind of treatment when they're retiring. So that means that the rest of the players in the NHL look at Marc-Andre Fleury and say there's one of the all-time greats, which definitely gives credence to that. Because there's always that debate with Fleury, and I'm sure once his career's done and I do a career video on him, it'll be fascinating to look season by season through his career and just the ups and downs there. And I think it really shows that with goaltenders, they can be very unpredictable from one season to another. A news story that started to garner a lot of attention in this market is related to Tom Willander. The expectation was he would sign with the Canucks and might play in Abbotsford, or he might play a couple of games in Vancouver before the season's done. He is still at Boston University. He has not signed the entry-level contract. Apparently, there's some sticking points with him signing in Vancouver, and so I would say the levels of panic when it comes to the Canucks, it's always a 5. It's always we're right on the verge of total panic, but at any rate, I would say right now around Willander, for people who are talking about, I would say that the concern level is pretty high. I don't really have a concern until somebody's about to go to unrestricted free agency. So until you're going to lose the rights on the player, I don't have a huge amount of concern. I would like to see Willander in the Canucks lineup sooner than later. So we'll see what that ends up looking like. I'm not going to discuss in this video the announcement because the announcement's coming out tomorrow. I'll be doing a video on that announcement, on the player in question. But when you know that a player who's been in the NHL for roughly 20 years is going to announce his retirement, and you post about it the day before, and before the team said anything and the players said anything, why? There's times Frank Saravelli does things and I go, I'm not sure I understand why you're posting this right now, other than to say, I scooped it. I said it first. See that thing that I knew first? He's the last guy you'd ever want to have a secret because he'll just tell everybody. And so, yeah, I just wanted to throw that on the board. I'm not spoiling it at all. I just think that it's not a great look. And I'm not sure I understand the upside of it. Like, if I had received said information, and there have been times where I've received information that I have not reported in videos because I'm like, I don't want to be the scoop for this. I don't want people coming back and going, well, you knew first. Why did you know first? It's not my place. And I wouldn't do it. Just being honest, I wouldn't do it. But yeah, so I wanted to throw that in this video. And we'll end this on an upbeat note. The final rankings for this year's draft will be available tomorrow from the NHL Central Scouting, meaning that we're getting close to that time of year where I'm doing prospect videos for this upcoming draft. And I know people are going to talk about how weak the draft is and how terrible the draft is. We've heard that before, and every draft that people say is horrible and weak and awful always has good players in it. And the good general managers will find those good players to draft them. I do like to be positive as much as possible on this channel, even though my blood type is not B positive. So that being said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, hit like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support as always. It's greatly appreciated. I will talk to you again soon.